Let's talk about Gothic 1 Remake. The reason why I want to talk about Gothic 1 Remake is because, well, number one, we already know that Gothic 1 Remake, unfortunately, has made some interesting changes, needless to say, to some of the female characters in the game. And I'm not just talking about their looks, but I'm also talking about their purpose, right? Because with Gothic, you know, women were essentially, all the women were sex slaves. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you guys want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join me every single day, 9 p.m. over on the main channel, where you can catch me live every single day, 9 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see every single one of you there. Now back to the main video, and it seems as if that ideology is going to change for the Gothic 1 remake, which kind of defeats the purpose, but whatever. Anyway, you're gonna have people try to explain how, oh, that's not cool or whatever. That's not, you know, women aren't sex slaves or whatever. You know, it's anyway. So, but they also changed the way they look, where they took them from super sexualized outfits because they were sex slaves to essentially maiden outfits. Like they look like they look like they run an inn. You know, that's essentially what it looks like. Like they're running an inn. That's how they dress. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about today, though. What I'm talking about today is Gothic 1 Remake coming with a big catch. And the thing is, this catch, a lot of video games are going to be coming with in the future. We spoke about this quite a few times before in the past, and we're going to talk about it again. But what's basically happening here is that you have studios that are trying to figure out how they can stop leaks, right? That's what they're trying to figure out, because they realize that they cannot stop their shipment of games. They have to get their games in the hands of retailers early on to ensure that they have maximum inventory for release on day one. They can't wait till day one for the product to get there, because that's going to cause chaos. So, unfortunately, with that comes the issue of people that work at these stores giving out these games to people that they shouldn't be giving it out to, causing a bunch of leaks to happen online, you know, a week or so early before the game comes out. So they're trying to avoid that. And the way that they're trying to avoid that, though, is fucking over the entire reason why you have physical releases in the first place. So what am I talking about? Well, the physical release of Gothic 1 Remake is going to be launching with a very big catch, which is it's not going to be playable out of the box. So your physical disc is not going to be playable out the box. Fans who pre-ordered a box copy of the game will instead need to download a substantial day one patch before their Gothic 1 Remake adventure can begin. So what they're doing is they're essentially releasing a disc that you need a day one pass in order to be able to access. And that's pissing off a lot of people. It's essentially like a key card, right? That is pissing off a lot of people, because they're like, I want a physical copy of this game because I want to be able to play this game, especially since it's a single player game. I want to be able to play this game without needing to attach to the internet, right? It's not like it's a multiplayer game or anything like that. Like, we want to be able to buy this single player game and play it, you know, when I have it in my hands. And now what's happening is...
What a bad time to have dial-up internet.
I know. That would be terrible. Thank you for the 2. Now we have a situation where they are starting to require downloads on day one in order to access these games. Now, I know most people who are probably super fans of consoles or whatever, they're probably going to say, well, it's fine. What's the big deal? It's not a big deal. But the thing is, it is. It is. Like, it is a big deal. People need to be able to play their physical games with no attachment to the internet whatsoever. But unfortunately, it just seems like that's becoming less and less of a thing. You know? Let's scroll down and see what's going on here. So, X-User Doesn't Play reported on May 22nd that the physical release of Gothic 1 Remake is not playable out the box. They substantiated the claim with a screenshot of an error message stating, unable to check the state of the game, and urging the player to ensure that they are connected to the internet. Based on the button prompt visible in the image, the error appeared in the PlayStation 5 version of Gothic 1 Remake. Does It Play said that the issue occurred when launching the physical console release from the disc. adding that the addition would be unplayable without a sizable day one update of around 5 gigs. Neither the RPG's PlayStation Store nor its listings on other storefronts disclose an online check-in or day one patch requirement as of late May 2026. Then he characterized this as an omission as misleading and urging fans to cancel their pre-orders in response. So that's really the big problem here. They actually didn't disclose that you need to have any kind of like, day one patch to be able to play the game out of the box and whatnot. This, I'm telling you right now, this is going to become a thing. It already is. Little by little, it's becoming a thing. If you are a person that likes to play their games physically, I know it's like a dying breed. I get that. I understand how the world works when it comes to digital sales and all that. I get that. But if you're the person who likes to play your games physically, you're not going to be able to do that without a day one patch. And these games are going to be the beginning. It's going to be a thing. And it's going to continue to be a thing. If they feel like this is affecting leaks in any way whatsoever, that would allow them to be able to reduce or eliminate leaks, then they're going to do it. They're going to do it. It's unfortunate, but that's what they're going to do. So at this point now, I don't know if they have to disclose it. I gotta imagine they do. Or if they do disclose it, do they disclose it somewhere else? I don't really know. According to these people, they're not disclosing it. I don't know because I don't have the game physically. Well, all I know is that expect this to be a thing moving forward. No doubts about it. And this is just one issue to add to the long amount of issues that the Gothic remake seems to be having. Which, again, is unfortunate because Gothic is awesome. It's a fucking classic. And unfortunately, when they remake these classic games, it's never with the right intentions. It's never going to be with the right intentions. You can almost guarantee that they're going to change a lot of things. The more problematic the game was when it first came out, the more they are going to actually change it. Cyborg says they are doing physical releases separately of 3 classic Gothic games for PS5 at 44 Canadian dollars each. I discovered this window browsing on GameStop EB Games website. Really? Wow. All right, well, there's that. Might as well pirate. I mean, if you want. I don't know. It's an interesting thing for sure. So we'll see how it goes. But this just proves that our world just continues to get more and more connected, I guess you could say, to the internet. Even what used to be physical games out of the box, Now, the greatest thing is that the official Gothic Game X account actually responded to the report 4 hours after it began circulating on social media, saying that physical copies of the game are not playable out of the box because early manufacturing was the only way to ensure their buyers would be able to play them on day one. And that's what I was saying before. At this point, you kind of fucked regardless from the manufacturer standpoint, because if you wanted to wait till day one to release these games physically, they're not going to be in stores. Nobody's going to be able to buy them. It's not going to be, it's going to be chaos. So they have to get them in the hands of these stores at least a week early. At least, at the bare minimum. But unfortunately, due to bad actors at these stores, people get their hands on these games when they're not supposed to. And so now, because of that, they're coming up with this idea to essentially combat that, but then that fucks over everybody else who just wanted a physical copy of the game. That's basically it. It was the only way to ensure they could get them day one. The same statement confirmed the mandatory download will be about 5 gigs in size, equivalent to about 8% of the unpatched game's version installation size. While inconvenient, the requirement is one-time issue. The one-time issue. It's always a one-time issue. It's always, like, anytime they're trying to convince you to just take something, it's always just, hey, guys, it's the one-time issue. Then why the fuck do these one-time issues keep coming up quite often? With THQ Nordic noting that the remake would not have an always-online requirement. Instead, the full game will be playable offline after the day one patch has been downloaded. So, guys, you can play your single-player game offline after you connect online to download the patch so that you can play it offline. Wow. I mean, that is interesting. So, in order to play offline, you have to be online to download the patch to allow you to play offline. Pretty fucking hilarious, but in any case, it is what it is. So, that's basically what's happening with the Gothic remake at this point, ladies and gentlemen, and unfortunately, like I said, I don't really think it's going to change. I don't really think any of this is going to, I don't think this is going to go away is basically what I'm trying to say. This is going to be a thing continuously, and unfortunately, due to bad actors, it's only going to get worse. So, and to be fair, I mean, greedy corporations too, but, they kind of go hand in hand. Greedy corporations utilize they utilize bad actors to push the things that they want to push anyway, but they just need an excuse to do it. That's really what it is.